Hello Year 3. Today we are going to be studying what we can use to measure forces. As we know from before, a force is a push or a pull, and we are able to measure these forces as well. As we can see in our pupil's book, they say the force of these waves is very big. The force needed to lift this feather is very small. But what can we use to measure these forces? We can use a device called a force meter to measure the amount of a force. Most force meters have a hook that you can use to hang or pull on something. This will cause a spring to stretch and show you how much force is being applied according to the graduation measurements on the force meter. We measure forces using a unit called newtons. They get this name from one of the most famous scientists of all time, Isaac Newton. He was the first person to describe the force that we know as gravity. Gravity is this cool thing that holds us on the earth. When we jump up, we always come back down again. Here we go, and down. Oh, we came down a bit hard. Without it, we would be floating around. Ooh, off into the air. But it would also kind of be cool, wouldn't it? Zooming off into space anytime we wanted to. Gravity is a force which is located in the center of the earth, and it pulls us down. The definition of gravity is the force by which objects are attracted to the earth. All items have a mass. Mass can be measured in grams and kilograms. For example, this 2 kg bag of sugar has a greater mass than the 1 kg bag of sugar. More gravitational force is applied when an object's mass is larger. We can use a force meter to measure the force of gravity on the mass in newtons. I can use a force meter to measure the force of gravity on objects around my house. First, I find out the mass of each of the objects. The hat has a mass of 70 grams, the cup a mass of 325 grams, and the shoe a mass of 90 grams. First, my hat, and the force measured is 0.8 newtons. Next is my cup, and this measures 3.2 newtons. Lastly is my flip-flop, my shoe, and the force reads as 1 newton. Okay, stop. I can now put these measurements into a table. The objects and the force in newtons. The hat was 0.8, the cup 3.2, and the shoe 1. We can see the item with the larger mass has a higher gravity force. Now it's your turn. I want you to get 1 flip-flop and 1 shoe. Hold up the shoe and the flip-flop by the tips of your forefingers, 1 in each hand. Which one feels heavier? You can feel the gravitational pull on the mass of the objects, and the one with the greater mass is being pulled down by gravity more than the one with less mass. On your measuring force worksheet, please answer the following questions. Jack is measuring the force needed to move different objects. What equipment could he use to measure this force? Number 2. Look at the 3 items above. Which object has the greatest force? The brick, the shoe, or the toy car? Read the force meter measurements. Number 3. Jack puts his results in a table. Complete the results for the brick and the toy car into the table. Number 4. Jack measures 2 more objects that have less force than the toy car. Circle the 2 objects he measures. So you need to go back to the last picture, see how many newtons the toy car uses, and then circle the 2 items here that require less force than the toy car. And number 5, what is force measured in? Circle the correct answer. Is it in centimeters, grams, newtons, or tablespoons? Please submit everything to the science email. Thank you.